So let's get into some of the real good stuff, which is the reveals in the most recent chapters. I think the last like 5 or maybe even 6 chapters have just been like, holy crap moments of like reveals. So let's just kind of go through like one by one and talk about some of those. So first off, let's talk about those good old Road Poneglyphs that he just brought up and their connections to Wano. We can just start out with. Do you have any guesses or thoughts as to where the mystery 4th one is?
Well, weren't they talking that like Big Mama might have one?
Big Mom and Kaido both do have one each.
Shanks probably has one.
That was my thought. That Shanks maybe
revolutionaries.
That's on my list too. I have Shanks. I have it could be on Elbath possibly. I think that'd be a pretty good place to hide one of those.
Mm-hmm.
And revolutionaries, and the worst case scenario, and I doubt this is the case, is that maybe Blackbeard has found one, but I don't think he has.
Doesn't strike me the type to like go collecting those. He just seems like power rising, and then so.
Yeah. I know like the One Piece podcast was talking about how it seems more likely that Blackbeard's just gonna wait and probably try to follow Luffy to Raftel. Would be my guess.
Because that's what he's been doing.
Yeah, he kind of doesn't like to put in the effort. He likes to just sit and wait.
Sit and wait and snatch.
Yeah, but we kind of talked about this a little bit, like the whole Wano making the Poneglyphs. Do you think that the language originates from them, or do you think they were taught the language possibly by the ancient kingdom?
Oh, that's a good question. My guess would be that the Wano, that if it is a specific language, and they have their language barriers, which no matter what island they go to, they seem to all speak the same language.
Yes. And it seems like the people from the samurais from Wano seem to be communicating perfectly fine with everyone else.
Mm-hmm. It's probably like Latin is in our world, if anything, or
yeah. Go ahead.
Or hieroglyphics, like the Wano might have a connection to reading them, but it's not a direct connection, or it's like a disconnected connection.
Yeah, I do actually. I personally think that it is probably that that they have some sort of connection with the people of the ancient kingdom and probably learned the language from them somehow. Mm-hmm. Though the line has been broken because Momo did not learn how to read it from his father as he should have. So do you think? Oh
yeah, that's so tragic.
Yeah, but guess what? He's got a good old Robin to tutor him. Because the minute I read that, I was like, oh, he's gonna be taught how to read it by Robin. Unless she decides that it's safer that maybe he doesn't know how to read it. Maybe
Robin would probably teach him.
Yeah, I don't think she'd have anything against it personally. I do agree, but yeah, I'm curious to see what happens. And it seems like we don't know where Zoro and the other guys are going. We don't know if they're going to go to Wano with Law and the samurais, or if they're going to go with Cat Viper and try to find Marco.
Right.
So that'll be interesting to see which one of those, how that happens. Let's see. I'm trying to see if I have any other major notes for that. Do you have anything else to say about that?
For the Road Poneglyphs, no. The way I viewed them is like they weren't like a main thing of the story. They are obviously in the end they will be, but it seems more of a as they come to it, Nico reads them and then she's like, oh, okay, cool. So
yeah. Now, one of the last thing I want to say is that and I'll actually have notes for this a little later, but the One Piece podcast was saying that it sounds like Roger got to the end of the Grand Line, and we now know that the final island isn't technically Raftel, from what it sounds like. So he got to the end, and whatever he found there made him want to basically redo his journey. So it actually sounds like he's gone around the Grand Line twice. Once just to get to the end, and then goes around again to like gather all the information that he needs to actually find Raftel itself. Which, yeah. I'm curious if, because that seems to be what kind of Cat Viper and Dogstorm were implying, because they were like, you guys are actually already ahead of the curve because you can read the Poneglyphs. You're basically ahead of the game, because Roger got to the end and then like had this realization of what he really needed to do. So I'm curious if that is the case, if he did go around twice, and if so, maybe the second time around is when he got sick and when Shanks and Buggy joined. And it sounds like that might be when
that's what I'm guessing.
And it sounds like that might be when Oden, Cat Viper, and Dogstorm traveled with him as well. Would be my guess, is maybe on the second trip and not the first.
So, like, Goldie Roger on his first playthrough just did the playthrough. Yeah. And on his second one, he did all the side quests.
Yeah, that's a good way of describing it. We kind of... Let me see if I have any other notes in. Yeah, that actually basically covered my Cat Viper and Dogstorm riding with Roger and Whitebeard, which is crazy. They were with both Whitebeard and Roger, both of them. It's just like, damn, you literally rode with the greats.
They're like, yeah, okay, we did that. What of it?
Yeah, I'm curious, like, what order that went in. If it was like they hopped on Whitebeard's crew in Wano, and then Whitebeard was like going the opposite direction, or like how that worked, because that's what it sounds like. It sounds like he went backwards, or maybe they just met up and maybe they met up while Roger was doing his first time round, and then just kept going with him for the second time round.
That's navigation is just a whole question in One Piece.
That's like, if once you get around the Grand Line, how do you get back to the beginning? Do you just... I guess if you can get through the Calm Belt, you just pop out and then go up Reverse Mountain. Because each blue has entrance.
That's true.
Let's talk about Raizo, the ninja. What a ridiculous design.
Fanboy.
Yeah, I actually personally like that he's not like kind of Naruto-y, and like, I'm not saying like specifically like a mirror of Naruto, but that he's not like, doesn't look like any of the characters from Naruto, and that it's kind of Oda kind of doing his own design. But he does have a real big head.
Real big head and tiny body.
Real big head and a real tiny body.
Like the anti-ninja, like, in terms of body type.
Though that's classic Oda, just turning things on its head, pardon the pun.
Yep.
Yeah, one of the things, another thing that the podcast was talking about, do you think like Usopp is gonna learn some ninjutsu from Raizo?
He's physically able now. Usopp's probably gonna take ninjutsu techniques and apply them to his own sharpshooting. So yeah.
But he seems the most likely out of all the Straw Hats to like want to learn that type of stuff, or would be able to actually like apply it. Because I don't see Luffy having the discipline to sit down and try to learn ninjutsu.
I could see Chopper actually doing at least something with his Tanuki form, because he is the.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it'll be interesting because, like I said, we don't know where Zoro and the rest of the Straw Hats are going, so they may be spending a decent amount of time with either the Minks or the samurai. So Be curious what they pick up while they're away from us. I'm still a little sad that the crew. Actually, I think no, we already talked about the crew. Oh, hold on.
Right.
Oh no, that's the next thing. Next thing is the crew splitting up again. Again.
I've been guessing they're going to do that for a while.
Yeah.
They're going to go to one island, split up, another island, split up.
Yeah.
Even though they have 9 core members, it's kind of hard to follow all 9 people at one time.
Yeah, I do agree that I definitely have mixed feelings for it. I do like that the crew that was away from Dressrosa is going to be going to Whole Cake with Luffy.
Yeah.
Especially because it's 3 characters who really don't get a lot of time to shine, especially battle-wise. So hopefully we'll get some good fights with Brook, Nami, and Chopper, and they'll get a little bit of time to like kind of show us their moves, if you will.
The technical fighters.
Yeah. Though that is one note that I wanted to get to, that I don't see Whole Cake being a huge battle heavy arc. I think there will be some fighting, but I don't think it's gonna be as heavy as like you were saying with Dressrosa, where that was almost like constant fighting from like the halfway point on, even before the halfway point on.
They might get into a fight with Big Mama though on Whole Cake Island.
Let me see if there was anything else. That actually leads into my very next thing, which is predictions for ending of Zoe and Whole Cake Island. I'm thinking Whole Cake could be a little bit more like, and heist isn't the right word, but that's the closest thing I can think of. A bit more like sneak onto the island and try to like pull off something sneaky. I don't think it'll be successful, like sneaky wise. But yeah, my second thought is I'm not sure Big Mom is actually going to be the main villain of the arc, personally.
Who do you think would be?
I think it's going to be Capone and Germa 66.
Who's Germa 66 one more time?
That is Sanji's family.
Oh,
The
okay,
Vin
yeah.
Smokes.
Never mind
That's their organization.
Right.
Is the better way of saying that. I actually I saw a theory video on YouTube a while back. I don't know if the guy's still doing videos, but he was talking about the idea that Capone may try to betray Big Mom. Because I think the real-life Capone betrayed a female crime lord at some point to, like, kind of get himself into a bigger position, and he may be trying to square into a Yonko position by taking out Big Mom. So what if the wedding's a whole setup with Capone and the Vin Smokes to try to take out Big Mom and get a piece of her pie? Well... Ooh, that was meant to be a food joke, and it just went so horribly wrong.
Ew.
Because she lives on Whole Cake Island, and she eats a lot of food, but it just didn't turn out very well.
No, not quite a piece of pie right there.
I should have said piece of her cake.
Dude, that'd be so conniving, though. Like, that'd just be like...
I mean, he's already shot up one of her crew members.
Just get a punch in the face, though, if Capone's going to be, like, that conniving about everything, like...
I do... Yo, go ahead.
Oh, I just hate it when, like, characters are that backstabby and that spineless. It's the best way to put it.
I think he is the perfect character to do that, though, because we've already seen him betray an ally, which is Peckham's, and frankly, he's based off a gangster who aren't the most, like, trustworthy people.
They have a sense of honor, at least.
To their own family.
True.
Yeah, I'm very curious to see what happens, because it seems like, and I've heard a lot of people theorizing this, that it seems like Oda's setting up Big Mom to be more possibly an ally of the Straw Hats. Because there's a lot of people who think that, what's her name? Oh, crap. Lola in Thriller Bark is actually Big Mom's daughter.
The ghost girl, right?
Yeah, she's like the hit. She has the hit. She was like a hippo or a rhino. I think it was a hippo. And then she's the one who's like, "Do you want to marry me? Do you want to marry me?" Which would explain her obsession
so
with
not the ghost girl, not the one who was with Sora when he was training.
not Prona. But the really homely one who keeps asking everyone to marry her. It would explain her obsession with getting married, because it seems like Big Mom. It seems like Big Mom kind of has a habit of making these connections via marriage. At least it seems like this is like not this whole Sanji and I think Pudding, that's her name. Pudding is his betrothed. Seems like this is a regular thing that happens with her. What was I gonna say? But also Lola gives Nami that VV Vever card, however you say it. And
Viver card. I like
Viver. You can correct us in the comments if you really want to.
But phonetically, don't spell it.
Yeah, I was going to say, because just spelling it out is not going to help us. What was I going to say? But she talks about how her mom is a huge pirate in the New World. So I think, and Nami is going with Luffy. So that seems to be well set up to kind of have that thread in to Big Mom. But yeah, that's what I think. I think that Capone and Germa 66 are likely to be the actual villains of the arc. That doesn't necessarily mean that there won't be a fight with Big Mom and Luffy, but who knows at this point? We'll see what happens.
If there's a fight, it's just going to be like a confrontation. Oh, what? Misunderstanding? Okay.
Oh,
friends.
The next thought, and one thing I didn't have written down, but Djembe? You think he's going to appear at maybe Whole Cake?
At some point, yeah, but it's so open-ended with Djembe.
Well, because I think, if I recall, and I've heard a lot of different people talking about where he was actually headed, I think that was where he was headed next. I think he was going to Whole Cake to kind of try to stop the whole, bomb in the box that was sent to her, which is another thing that's just like, they talk about, there was a tea party in like 3 days, and that's when that bomb's gonna go off. It's been a little longer than 3 days. So did the bomb go off? Or maybe the tea party gets pushed back because of the whole Sanji reveal. Because they found out that Sanji's alive, and it was like, yes, this is a good opportunity to unite our families.
Let's have the tea party at the wedding.
Yeah, so I'm putting it out there. I think a lot of people have already said this, though, but I think that Djembe is probably going to join at Whole Cake. That seems like the most likely place and easiest place to kind of have him added in, because we have 4 crew members going to Whole Cake. We have Luffy, Chopper, Brook, and Nami. So there's definitely space to have him kind of get added in there. But who knows?
Hey, it'd be tragic.
What would that be?
So Djembe has had the chance to join the crew like twice so far, right?
I'd say technically yes. He could have maybe joined up possibly when he first after the Paramount War, and
after the Paramount War, and then Fishman Island.
Yes, Fishman Island is where he
just dies. On Whole Cake Island, he just dies.
I would be so upset. I'd be, damn you, Oda. Damn you to hell. I'm just kidding, Oda. Please don't go to hell. Please finish One Piece. But I would be very upset because it's just like you set us up for nothing. For nothing.
And thus it would hit so hard. All of the feels.
All of the feels.
Yep.
All right. I actually I think that about wraps it up because I was considering talking about like Wano and stuff, but I think we can probably put that off and maybe do that as a whole different discussion.
Yeah, let's find that. Let's read more about that in the coming chapters.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, we might get enough to do maybe some predictions and stuff. I think we have found out enough to kind of get an idea of what, at least the basics of what's going to go on in Wano. But yeah, we've been going for we're almost at an hour now, so we've been yeah,
okay.
we've been going. So this is what I'm probably going to try to do is split this up into 3 parts. I'm going to try to find the best places to kind of do that.
Yeah. You also probably edit some stuff.
Yeah. But anyway, let's get the video wrapped up itself. And then we can kind of talk a little more after that. Is there any place that the good people can find you, like a Twitter or anything like that, if they want to reach out at all or something? I don't know.
Oh, yeah, that's a smart idea. I should probably work on that.
I do too.
Well, right now, I'm actually working with a friend of mine for a Pokemon podcast.
Oh, cool.
That's Pokebears at Twitter.
Okay.
And I think my Twitter hold, I'm going to say it, it's probably not right, but I am Nick Hahn.
Like all one word, I am Nick Hahn?
Something like that, yeah.
If it's not that, then we do apologize. And I actually...
I'll say, oh, hey, bonus announcement for my Twitter page. It's something.
Yeah, and I actually do have an Instagram. I haven't been active on it for a while. I'm going to be trying to start that back up here now to kind of advertise my videos and stuff, so you guys can find me there. It is going to be Nerdy Perkins, all one word, just like the YouTube channel. But yeah, that is...
Like and subscribe.
Yeah, exactly. Like, subscribe. You know, I do appreciate that. And hopefully this video will be a lot better quality than my last 2, which were kind of poo.
They were charming.
Oh, well, thank you. I do appreciate that.